Okay, I got asked, I don't know, a while back I was supposed to do this, and I keep putting it off because I really hate cameras. I hate videos or whatever. Anyway, it makes me nervous, but my awakening was not a traditional awakening like most people. Nothing even close to it. Um, I gave permission for spirit guides to show themselves and whatever. That, and I may have had a friend do witchcraft on my behalf. I'm not really sure exactly what triggered it, but I started seeing a bunch of stuff that wasn't there. Started out with there were bugs in my house, and I had rescue dogs. I had taken in an ex off the street who was pretty much a squatter's house it is and stuff, and he had his things shipped to my house. So I just assumed it was bugs. So I started logically doing what anybody would do and treating what I saw, or I was treating the closest bug I could find to what I was seeing. And I would do that and go through all the process, and then I would see something else, and so I was like, okay, I had something else. It's like I would do that, handle it again, and then it'd be something different, and it continued and continued. This went on for months because I had rescue dogs that were coming off the street. I thought maybe some obscure parasite. Who knows? I was being totally logical. I did this for months, and it didn't work. Nothing worked. It would be gone for a minute, then it would be back. Well, then I guess I kind of got to a point where it's like, there's no way. Like my mother, who is not very into paranormal type things, it's like, there's no way nothing could live through that. So, as soon as I put in my head, it can't be real. It can't be real. There's no way. Instantly, then I started having evil looking ghosts, I guess. Demons, whatever you want to call it. I don't know. But they would knock stuff down in the house. Um, Noises constantly, things crashing, and I was seeing them and stuff. My animals who normally pile up on me wouldn't come near me. Um, well, by the time this happened, I was angry. And I was like, you guys can fuck off. I'm not afraid of you. I don't really give a damn. And after I did that, almost the very next day, I started being touched by something I couldn't see that would just touch me. And so that would freak me out. Well, I worked long shifts in a really hard job, and I would come home and I took a nap. I was taking a nap on the couch, and something touched me, and the dog went to jump off the top of me, and I was like, you're staying right here. I made him stay on top of me, and I was like trying to call my fear back in because I felt like my fear was feeding it. So I waited about 10 minutes till I kind of calmed down, and I went to get up. I let the dog off of me, and I got up, and as I got up, I saw it ripple. That's the only way I know how to explain it, like ripple my reality. It wasn't like a shadow going underneath the table. It was like if everything you see around you was to blow in the wind. That's what I watched. Go up under where I was sleeping at and under the table, and it freaked me out, to say the least. I started screaming, and I ran out of my own house, and this was in broad daylight. And called my best friend and like made her stay on the phone with me so I could get somebody else to my house before I'd even go back in. As I came out the front door, the same thing happened. And in my peripheral vision, it rippled everything on my whole way out the door. And this is in broad daylight. I just worked at least 8-9 hours in 120-degree temperatures, busting my ass, and had taken a nap. So it wasn't like I was sleepwalking. Well, I got somebody to come over there with me and stay with me, and it still touched me. They kept touching me with somebody there. So this all continued for a while. It's a lot more to it than that. I went to doctors, everything else, because I was I mean, I was being logical about it. I was trying to be logical. Um, so that's how I woke up. I woke up trying to figure out how to fight something I couldn't see, how to stop something touching me that shouldn't have had any permission to touch me. Um, it was I've never heard anybody but Christina Lopes on YouTube speak about anything negative coming towards you. Um, when I was a little girl, I saw things, ghosts and stuff like that, but they were very religious, and well, my grandmother and them were, and they would tell me, say, in the name of God, you be gone, and they made me afraid of the things I saw. So what I did was, when I was little, I learned to block those things out. So for 41 years, I was successful. I didn't see anything. Nothing really bothered me. Every once in a while, I might see a ghost, but I learned that if I got that feeling, cut all the lights on, get out from being alone, leave wherever you are. I mean, I just never had any problems for 41 years until then. And that's what happened to me. It took probably about 6 or 7 months before it escalated to that point. At the year mark, I was still fighting the same thing. I ended up losing my job because this stuff would happen to me even at work. I'm sure everybody thought I was crazy, losing my mind, or totally on drugs or something. I don't know. But the culmination is that I got fired from my job that I had been at for 2 years. And it wasn't an easy job. I pretty much lost everything and started all the way back over. But that's how mine started. And I just wanted somebody else to hear, so maybe they know they're not alone, because I had looked everywhere, all through the spiritual stuff, and I couldn't find anybody saying what happened to me happened to them. But anyway, I don't really care if anybody thinks I'm crazy or whatever else. I don't really care about that, but that's pretty much the gist of it. It was a freaking disaster. It was pretty much like being tortured for almost a year. In my own home that I lived in for 5 years, I didn't feel safe. I tried clearings. I tried releasings. I tried salt around my house, brick dust around my house. Anything I could find online, anywhere, I tried. I also tried, I had 30 of my friends from different religions all at one time send me energy and pray for me all at once. And that didn't even stop it. What finally stopped it was I didn't even believe in angels, and I called Archangel Michael when I was crying in the shower one day, and just begged him to to do something, stop it somehow. And it ended that moment. That moment it ended it, and it didn't happen again until way later did I be touched again. But I had tried the archangel prayers before that, and it didn't work, but I didn't believe in them then either. So I don't know. It ran me down a whole bunch of rabbit holes. So for the last almost 2 years, that's all I've done is spiritual learning. Anything that's presented itself to me, I've dug into it, and dug as far as I could go into everything I found, because I assumed if I found it, it's for a reason and somebody might need it. I didn't want other people to feel as alone as I did, because I was most definitely suicidal. The only reason I didn't try to commit suicide was because I had done that previously in my younger life, and it was never successful. So I didn't feel like that was an option. But there's always a way. So don't ever give up, and you're not alone. And I mean, I'll personally try to help you find something if I don't offhand know the answers. But anyway, I hope this helps somebody, and it's not too long. I send good peace and vibes and love to everybody, and especially the ones going through it in the trenches.